Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. It's me, Johnny, the Super Gamer Brothers, and this is something I've been meaning to do for some time ever since I finished the Sonic Marathon. And yes, it's just me this time, but this is my redo of Sonic the Hedgehog CD, ladies and gentlemen. I'm doing this game again so I can get the good ending. When me and Ella were playing the game, I just finished playing Sonic 1 and 2, so my mind wasn't completely in the game, so I ended up getting the bad ending. Even though I did give the bad ending a bit of a Chrono Trigger touch-up, in the end I felt pretty bad of not getting the good ending, and if you might have noticed, yes, I am playing the original Japanese release. I'm bending the rules a bit here, though I usually don't like using emulators. I figured I want to show off, since I showed off the USA release last time, why not show off the Japanese release, you know, just to cover both versions and two playthroughs. So yes, I am using an emulator. I'm using Keiko Fusion. I'm sorry, just Fusion now. It's an awesome Genesis emulator. Well, Sega emulator, I should say, because it does 32X Genesis and CD. So with that, I can do the Japanese version of the game, and you know, to me, it's all the more enjoyable because I love the Japanese soundtrack very much. But anyway, we've already seen all this shit before. Only now it's in horrible FMV quality because this thing is running off the CD hardware. So, let's get started, shall we? Yeah, the reason why Elliot's not joining me is because he's busy doing his schoolwork, and I'm not going to sidetrack him on what needs to be done in order to do something that's completely hobby-related. I could word that a lot better, but I don't care. But anyway, let's not dawdle any longer. Let's go right into new game, and let's start. Now, I will be getting the good ending just by destroying all the robot generators. I will not be going after all the time stones because, quite frankly, I cannot do that for the life of me. And yes, even though I am using an emulator, I am still playing this live. You know, I'm playing the game as I'm talking right now, so forgive me if I become silent for a majority of, for periods of time. I'm putting all my focus on the video game itself. But that shouldn't happen. My Nocturne and Moonlight playthrough wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but anyway, we have a pass sign here. So let's use the Super Peel out, charge out, launch. Yes, there we go. Now, since we are playing the original Sega CD release, we're not playing the PC port like we were last time. The load times are a bit slower. But everything is pretty much still the same, actually, because we are playing the original release, or, well, emulated version of it anyway, we're going to get all the neat little graphical effects that the PC version didn't have for some reason, emulation issues, I guess. That means when we get into Tidal Tempest, we'll see the water become a different color, which to me only makes the level look a hell of a lot better. And well, I guess that's it, actually, because unless there's some other graphical effects that I'm missing out on here, I'm not sure what else is different between the original and the PC release. And honestly, because I'm not kidding when I'm saying that playing the Japanese version makes the experience a lot more better because I love the Japanese soundtrack. It's one of my favorite Sonic soundtracks of all time, and because it just invokes everything that makes a Sonic game good, you know. It's a soundtrack that's happy to be a video game soundtrack, and it just happens to sound like a really good Sonic soundtrack. But anyway, we just finished off Palm Tree Panic Act 1, and we got a good future by destroying the robot generator. Now, in case you are just watching this playthrough instead of the original playthrough that me and Elliot did, I will go over all the basics that I covered in the playthrough, just in case you don't feel like watching that one, you just want to watch the good ending instead. But the main gimmick of Sonic CD is time traveling. In order to get the good ending, there's two different methods. You can either get all the time stones, which is, you can get those by, just like if you played Sonic 1, you get a time stone by collecting 50 rings. Oh, fuck me, damn it, I did not want to do that. Wait, did I just break that capsule and nothing happened? That is weird. But anyway, what I was trying to say is, if you collect 50 rings and reach the end of the stage, a giant ring will appear, and if you jump into it, you do a special stage. If you complete the special stage successfully, you get a time stone. Collect all 7 and you will get the good ending. Simple as that. However, if that is not your cup of tea, you can also do a different method. Now, the main gimmick of Sonic CD is time traveling. Throughout the stages, you will see lampposts that read past and future. Pretty much, you want to travel into the past and destroy a robot generator. When you destroy the robot generator, you create a good future for that act. And if you manage to create good futures for every single act in a zone, then you get the good ending, which is the method I'm going to be using now. But in order to travel through the time at all, you need to build up some speed. which is what I'm doing now. If you can keep your speed at a constant rate, you'll travel through time, just like I'm doing right now. Now, pretty much, if you want to, you can only find the robot generators in the past of a stage. And here's one right there, and I just destroyed it. Awesome. Awesome sauce. I will say this now. Oh, that's, I'll explain it later. I will say this now. If you are trying to get the good ending of this game, avoid future signs like the fucking plague, because nothing good ever comes out of those. Trust me. Your main goal is to go into the past, destroy a robot generator, and therefore you can create a good future. See, it says Sonic made a good future in Zone 2, which is good. We want to do that for every single act in a zone. Now, honestly, I wish I could go after all the time stones, but I just can't do that in one sitting. Again, even though I am using an emulator where save states are possible, I rather prefer I play this live. Do everything in one sitting. I'm not going to use any save states or any kind of tool assisted, any kind of tools to help me, because that's just not natural. Unless I'm trying to do a tool assisted speed run, which I'm not good at. But anyway, we just destroyed the very first Eggman boss battle, and it was pathetically easy because I had an invincibility box with me. But yeah, if you manage to destroy all the robot generators in a zone, the last zone, the third act of the zone, will always be in a good future. And, the environment's bright, it's cheery, it makes you feel really good about, what you did. However, if you fail to destroy any of the robot generators in a zone, then the third act will always be the bad future, in which the area is desolate, bleak, it's overall just not fun to look at. But here we have Amy Rose, and this is the first game she made her appearance in, and she's bearable because she doesn't talk. And she gets kidnapped in the first few seconds. I'm loving this game already. But anyway, now we're in Collision Chaos, and Chaos is correct, because this place is pink, there are bumpers all over the place, and honestly, it kind of makes me sick sometimes. As you can see, one of the things, though, that really bugged me about Sonic CD, I will say this now, it's one of the reasons why I don't deem it as one of the best, because one of the things people clamor about, when they think about the best Sonic game they ever made, a lot of people usually think Sonic CD, besides Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And you know what? I can see where that comes from, but at the same time, there are a lot of things about CD that bugs the shit out of me. For one thing, I think Sonic CD has the worst collision detection of all of the classic games. Yes, I swear. It's especially noticeable if you're trying to get the good ending and you're trying to abuse the past signs and trying to travel into the future or past. The collision detection can be incredibly wonky at times. You see, that's what I mean. I paused there for a second because Sonic didn't read the slope correctly, and now because of that, I messed up my mojo, you could say, and I wasn't able to travel through the past. So now I gotta find another past sign with this. It's kind of annoying, to be honest. Though I do believe there is another one. No, it's a future sign. Okay, I did touch the future sign, but I'm gonna be taking my time anyway, so I'm not gonna be traveling through time anyway. There's the one thing that irks about, the biggest pain in the ass in this game is time traveling. And one of the things that make it such a biggest pain in the ass is because of the collision detection, honestly, to me. I'm trying to run in a far distance. Oh, there's a pass sign right here. Okay, we're gonna pull it. Echo the Dolphin here. Wee, 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 wee. I was doing a test play run just to make sure I will be able to get all this in one run, and one of the biggest things that irked the shit out of me was I'm trying to run in a straight path and in a smooth motion, and then Sonic just suddenly stops or jerks around with a slope or something because he didn't exactly respond to it correctly, and that bothers me. It's like, I don't have that problem with any other classic Sonic game, and I don't know what exactly causes it, because even though no, I don't think it was Yuji Naka that programmed this game. It was the other guy. I forgot. Honestly, although the control and physics are pretty much spot on to the classic games, the collision detection, there's something off. Something's not right. And now we just killed the Slicer's ancestor, and they're nowhere near as annoying. We'll jump here, right here. Yeah, jump here, right here. And here's a robot generator. This is what you wanted to destroy in the past of every single act. You kill it, it destroys all the badniks in the zone, and, well, in the act, I should say. And, yeah. That's fucking dandy. Now, the other thing I destroyed before you guys had a chance to see it was a Metal Sonic projector. It's a projector showing Metal Sonic with an helpless animal under his foot. You can destroy that too if you find it, though it has no bearing on the ending whatsoever. It just makes animals fill the lands and, you know, makes you feel even more like a animal rights activist. But anyway, we're done here. There's no reason to be here. Now we can just head to the right and finish the rest of the stage. And goddamn, it's one of the reasons why I hate Collision Chaos so much, because there's fucking springs all over the place. Not that it really matters anyway. And it's just, it's, you know, it's inconvenient. Yeah, it's not a huge deal breaker with me, but still. Oh, but now that we have more than 50 rings, we can enter the special stage. And actually, since we're not playing the PC port like we did last time, the emulator is emulating the Sega CD slowdown, which honestly makes the special stages a little easier, because it's kind of like using slowdown in, you know, in speedruns, tools as speedruns. You have more time to react because you're able to time your jumps a little more precisely. You see, if I was playing the PC port, I probably would have missed him by an inch. And one thing I failed to utilize when I was doing the special stages the first time is that I forgot that you can press down to slow down. If you're going too fast as Sonic, you can push the joystick down and Sonic will slow down. It's good for, you know, precision jumping like I'm about to do right here. And I still missed the fucker. God damn it. But it doesn't matter, because I'm not trying to go for all the time stones anyway, though. No, that's a lie. I am trying to go for all the time stones, but I don't plan on getting all of them, because I plan on destroying all the robot generators anyway. Come on, you son of a bitch. There we go. Just one more to go. And you... But anyway, the basic premise of the special stage is you have to destroy all the UFOs, which I just did. You're under a time limit, and honestly, if it's not obvious enough already, you have to destroy all the UFOs before time runs out. At the same time, you have to avoid all the obstacles that, you know, that'll hinder you. Nothing can kill you in the stage, but you know, whatever slows you down is just not plain good. And you also want to avoid the water, because the water, if you just touch it, just by an inch, it detracts 10 seconds from your timer, and that's no good. But anyway, we just finished first stage. We got our first time stone, though I don't plan on getting any more after that. And now we're in the second act of Collision Chaos. You see, look at that. Look at that wonderful collision detection right there. Get off. There we go. No, don't get me wrong. I think Sonic CD is a great game. I really do. You know, it's definitely one of my favorite Sonic games. I don't find it as good as Sonic 2 or 3, you know, or Sonic 1, to be honest, but there are a lot of things that bug me about the game, and honestly, I don't know what to blame. Is it me? Am I sucking? Is that why I don't like it so much, or is it, you know, or are these actual technical problems that just needed to be addressed and they didn't? Because I can go on and on how the collision detection bothers the shit out of me, but anyway, now we just travel back into the past, and now we're looking for that other robot generator, which is actually over here somewhere. We want to head up, I think. Yeah, we want to head up here. Roll to it. Yeah, but just keep going right there. It is right here. Oh, motherfucker! Super peel out, motherfucker. And that's it. Yeah, okay, now we're done here. Now we just hold right and press jump. Look at that flower. Never mind. Oh, yeah, sorry. Gotta fully charge it before. Oh, no, actually. Well, in a technical term, the Sonic CD was the first Sonic game to introduce the spin dash because I'm trying to remember. It's kind of foggy in my head at the moment, but I believe in terms of like in the development process, Sonic CD was developed at the same time as Sonic 2, and I think technically Sonic CD was supposed to be the first game to introduce the spin dash, and it shows because it's nowhere near as useful as it is in Sonic 2 and 3, and I'll tell you why. If you don't complete the charge fully, Sonic won't charge, it won't launch at all. See that? If you're playing Sonic 2 or 3, you can let go the moment you charge up just by like a millisecond. But in this game, you have to complete the charge fully. But there is one move that Sonic has in this game that he doesn't have in any other game besides some Game Gear titles, and that's called the Super Peel Out. When you perform it like the spin dash, only instead of pressing down, you hold up. Pretty much Sonic revs in place, creating a figure 8, and you let go, and you get a burst of speed. And if you're like me, by the time you launch, you press down, so it's kind of like a spin dash anyway. And honestly, I prefer the Super Peel Out more than the spin dash because its charge time is much shorter than the spin dash. And honestly, I wish it made a comeback in some other console games. I really hoped it would be in Sonic 4, but it's not. Maybe in Episode 2. But now we're in Act 3 of Collision Chaos, and we're in the good future. Everything's blue, everything's bright. There's a ring box here, but be careful. There's a spring underneath it that will launch you up to those spikes up there, so be careful. And because we are playing the Japanese version of Sonic CD, that means we get the incredibly cheesy boss music. I love this theme. I really do. Like, the American theme is definitely dark and it's scary, and you know, it's more fitting for a boss theme. But I love this fucking theme so much. Though I'm playing with the volume a little down, I can barely hear it. But if you ever get a chance, look it up. Like the Sonic CD boss music, Japanese. It's like really? This is Robotnik's boss battle music? Yes, it is. Can I get that extra life? Yes, I can. Good. And honestly, this is one of my least favorite boss battles in the game because one thing that's different in Sonic CD in terms of the flippers and the bump, no, not the bumpers, so much the flippers. In Sonic 2, when you hit a flipper, Sonic will roll into a ball and you will be able to time your launches just right. In this game, there's no such coding, and when Sonic touches a flipper, he stands on it pretty much like he would on a slope. And that makes launching off flippers a little awkward, which is one of the reasons why I have such a hard time with that boss, though. I just beat that boss a lot faster than I did in my first run through, and I'm kind of happy that I did.